You can stay here. You might want to add your input if you don't mind, okay? Yeah, just wait for me to do a little intro here on the YouTube side because obviously I have to do that, baby. Is it closed? Okay, sharp. Hi, everyone. Time, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and also hit the bell so that next time when I go live or I post a video, you'll be able to pick me up. Okay. So today, the heading or the topic of the day is babysitting. I just needed to say babysitting because there was something that I needed to say regarding babysitting, but the actual thing that I'm here for, one, was here to just test if my things are working proper because I'm trying my level best to just, one day at a time, pick up my things, upgrade my things here and there where I need to. Also, another thing, I needed to make an announcement because yesterday there was a guy who requested that I do an open debate about, there's a topic that I raised the other day about how people who stay in toxic situations and they say that they're staying for the kids. And I asked that, did you ask your kids to say, when you choose to stay, you are staying for me? Is it good for me or not? Because a lot of us think that we're staying in toxic situations because we're doing it for the kids. And a lot of people under that video came through and they said that they were broken beyond repair simply because their parents chose to stay in toxic situations, which then exposed them to toxicity. And now, because of what they saw growing up, it was difficult for them to be in relationships. It was difficult for them to do this and that. But that topic specifically, I want us to do it on Thursday as we're going to be doing our losing in love, because I feel like that is also part of losing in love. Because if you're going to lose yourself as a child because of what the parents have decided to do, the parents were doing what is best for you as a child sometimes, and sometimes they was just doing what was comfortable for them, and they didn't want to step out of their comfort zone. So at the end of the day, they end up hurting you, meaning that you lost yourself in love, or you lost something or a part of you or something that you couldn't have lost if your parents had gone separate way. And some people are saying that even in situations where parents decide to stay together, even when things are not working out, and they say they're staying together for the sake of the kids, some have positive feedback to say, okay, Mina, my parents stayed together and things worked out for them, or things worked out for us as the kids. They chose us and it worked in our favor. So that's what I want us to discuss on our next topic of losing in love, staying for the kids or going because for the kids. Because both of us, when we stay, we say we're doing it for the kids, and when we leave, we say we're doing it for the kids. Meaning that if we didn't have kids, we really wouldn't have an excuse to stay together, especially if a situation is toxic. Okay, so that is just an announcement that I would like you guys to be aware of, that we're going to be doing that this coming Thursday on our episode 2 of season 2 of Losing in Love. So, but then moving right along, Senze is saying that they must go for the kids. Yeah, it was. I was having a debate with a guy, on TikTok, because the guy was saying, but there are other situations where people stay for the sake of the kids, and it works out. And kids are coming through and they're saying, Mina, my situation was toxic. My parents were toxic. They were not good for each other. And because they stayed together in that toxic situation, it was not good for us. Now we're struggling with relationships. We're struggling with trust. We're struggling to just, be amongst normal people because that toxicity, we have not been able to deal with all of that. So I wanted to be fair, because I didn't want to say it's a one size fits all, to say no, all the people who have decided Urubana they're going to stay for the sake of their kids, things are just bad. Because I wanted people to come forward and say, okay, now for me, my parents stayed for our sake, even though they didn't love each other, and things worked out in our favor. Okay, that's what I wanted. But yeah, that's going to be for Thursday, guys. So please do tune in for Thursday for us to do that. Today, I wanted to talk about something else. I wanted to talk about babysitting, because I don't know how many times. And this thing that I'm going to talk about now actually happens overnight, because if you are sitting with, say, maybe 100, um, yo, say maybe you're sitting with 100 followers, ne? And then you post a video one day, and that video goes viral. And once that video goes viral, all of a sudden you are labeled as an influencer. You are labeled as an influencer, or rather, maybe let's say you decide now you want to be into acting, and then you become an actor, and then automatically that translates. Wait, I'm gonna get to the babysitting. There's a little twist to this babysitting that I'm talking about today. Okay, so That means that automatically when you have transformed from being your normal self to being somebody who's a public figure or somebody who is looked at in the public eye, right? And then that a lot of people translate as influencer. You get what I'm saying? So meaning that you wake up one morning with just you wanting to have fun on TikTok, to have fun on YouTube, posting your videos go viral. Now you have a lot of people following you, and then once a lot of people follow you, all of a sudden you are now an influencer. You know, when they say they're counting influencers, they count you in. Like, I didn't even apply to be an influencer. I was just posting for fun. The next thing, I have a lot of people looking at me. Now, going to the babysitting, I've had a lot of times where people would say to me, you know, people look up to you. Our kids are looking up to you. So the things that you post on social media, you must remember that, you know, you must remember that our kids are watching. Whereas when I posted initially, I was not posting for your kids to watch. I was posting because I just wanted to have fun on social media. It just happened that the things that I was posting about was such a catch or this and that or it was fun. Then a lot of people started following me and then they started following the stories that I post. The next thing I'm blowing up and then I'm being given a title influencer. Do you get what I'm saying? So now I wanted us to talk about where do we draw the line between um, taking so much responsibility from yourself as a parent to say, I have two kids, but then I'm taking the responsibility of being a parent to my kids and I'm trusting an influencer, somebody who didn't even apply to be an influencer, somebody who became an influencer overnight. I'm putting that pressure or that responsibility on their shoulders to say, when you will make sure that when you're on social media, you will babysit my kids. Haibo, guys, I just woke up and I did a TikTok. I did a language challenge. The next thing, it's blowing up. The next thing, when I do another challenge, you tell me our kids are looking up to you. So you must make sure, you must be careful, you must lead by example. When did I apply to be a leader? When did I apply to be a social influencer? Because I was just having fun. So that's where the babysitting come in that I want us to talk about today. To say, when do we draw the line when it comes to expecting people on public platforms to babysit our kids for us, and what are we doing while people are babysitting our kids on our behalf? So, Asnath, since you are here, you might as well give us your 2 cents. Okay? I'm sorry to put you on the line. Okay. Let me just put it like this to you, this question. Do you have kids? You have three. How old is the oldest? Okay, I believe that a 10-year-old, if they don't have TikTok, is because maybe you don't allow kids to have phones. But kids who are 10 years old, I see them on TikTok all the time. You get what I'm saying? So then now I wanted to understand from you with the kids that you have to say, when do you draw the line to say, Madam Speaker is responsible for parenting my kids online, or is it solely my responsibility? Or what is your view or what is your take in terms of people on the social media platform, or just people on TV or anywhere where it's public in general, babysitting your kids for you, or having that responsibility to take care of your kids in your absence on the social media streets? What is your take on that? Sure. Sure. So you don't believe in people on the social streets babysitting your kids for you in your absentia? Or do you think to a certain degree, because you know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, do you think that to a certain degree, I, as Madam Speaker, am responsible for contributing towards the growth of your child? No problem. Sure. Even though you didn't apply for it. So, but then what is your responsibility as the parent of the child to say, do you get to control what your child consumes, or you can't help it, but if a kid feels like somebody that you don't even understand is their inspiration, then that's on your kid. Because the honest truth is that kids have social media. My kids have YouTube Kids. And I don't know and I don't monitor everything that is on YouTube Kids. But do I then have to hold the people who are posting on YouTube Kids responsible for what my kids are consuming, because they are just posting for whatever reason that they're posting? Nah. Sure. Okay, no, I appreciate you. I think I see somebody requesting here and somebody saying something, but you know me and my site. My site is really, really bad. Guys, please do request to join in and just share your 2 cents regarding the topic at hand, to say how responsible, on a scale of 1 to 10, am I responsible, or what is my percentage in terms of me being responsible to contributing towards the rising of your child, the growth of your child? Should I be held accountable at all, or to a certain degree, you are feeling entitled, you are throwing everything on me, or I should, as an adult, be responsible for something in terms of raising your child? Welcome, new callers. Hi, Sissy. I'm good. How are you, my love? Talk to me. Talk to me. Sure. The thing is that, my love, ne? Oh, no, sorry to cut you there. The thing is that not everybody thinks what I speak is the truth. To some people, what I speak is bitterness. To some people, what I'm speaking is promoting divorce. So it's not everybody who's going to share the same sentiment. So in as much as for you, you might feel like what I'm sharing is life, for somebody else is death. So okay, you know what? I'm gonna be fair on you to say, because I wish somebody who disagrees with my stuff could come through to say, Bona, what do they feel like? What is my responsibility? Because obviously, if you're gonna be siding with me, to a certain degree. But okay, in as much as you are saying that what I share is the truth, what is your contribution? Are you doing your part in terms of making sure that whatever it is that your child is going to, maybe your child bumps into my video, and whenever you agree with me, but then they read the comment sections and they find somebody calling me names, they find somebody saying this and that. When I, as a mother or as a father of the child who is consuming content on the internet from people who are just sharing their thoughts and minds and just using this social media platform to store their thoughts, what do you then, how do you then take it even further? How do you take a further step as a parent to say, okay, this is how I'm going to make sure I seal it with my child so that my child can understand, or say, this is the type of content that they should be listening to, or I must make sure when you see this person, you must scroll past. Yeah, sure. So basically, that means, or what I'm saying here on the topic, to say that we are depending on the internet to babysit our kids for us. That's what we're doing. And we're not willing to take any responsibility whatsoever to what is it that, or who is it that we allow to babysit our child on our behalf. New person in, we have Tembi. Hi, Tembi. I'm failing. Hi, Tembi. Tembi. Okay, somebody's saying the network is bad and I love. Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully your network gets better. Okay. Seems like we're struggling with the network here because Tembi is in, but she's still mute. Puti, I appreciate your input. Asnath as well. You see the problem of having this live without having it having us set the live like in beforehand. Now we just have to rely on people just calling in whenever, to tackle the topic at hand. But it was not really much of a hectic thing that I wanted us to go. Like, I didn't want anything hectic. It's just that it was something that was in my mind, and I was like, hey, the amount of time I've had people saying to me, people look up to you. I remember the one time, sometime last year, when I went out clubbing with my friends, and somebody was saying, I used to look up to you, and now I don't look up to you anymore. Now you're clubbing, you're doing this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, guys, I never signed up to be anybody's inspiration. I'm just living my life. And some people find it inspirational, and some don't find it inspirational. So, but then for you to say that I should take the responsibility of living a certain way, just so that I can keep inspiring you, even though it's not comfortable for me to keep inspiring you anymore. That is crazy. Like literally, if you're going to be jumping from certain people from your entire village, because your mom, your dad, your cousin, your brother, your sister, all of those people, you write them off, and then you find a woman on the internet trying to live her life and just maneuvering through this life thing, and you say, you are going to be my source of inspiration, regardless of whether her being a source of inspiration is painful for her or not. Hi, Lerato. How are you? Long time. Lerato. Hey? Lerato. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, definitely. I can hear you proper. I can hear you, Lerato. We should let one person in at a time, ne? Okay, so now we only have Lerato. So we may proceed. You are petty. You petty people, you say the whole year if you haven't seen someone. Yeah, my sister. I'm really, really, really interested in hearing your take. Sure. Sure. So Luana, you are one of those people who just woke up one morning, you were just minding your business, creating your content, and the next thing you blow up. And then now you have this responsibility. Sure. Like literally, even you breathing is offensive for some people. Like, how can you breathe so loud? As an influencer, you're not supposed to be breathing like that. So what are you willing to take as a responsibility when Lerato to say I'm willing to accept this or this part I will do for you as a parent in terms of raising your child, being a babysitter on the internet, but from here going there I'm not doing it. What is it that you're willing to do for somebody else's child on the socials, and what is it that you're not willing to do? Sure, 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 sure. Are taboo, yes. Sure, 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 bubble, yeah, sure, sure. Whoa, Buti, hello, you're making noise. Sorry about that. Sure, 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 sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it goes to us being lazy, to take up the responsibility of being a parent to our kids. Miss T here is saying that there's no sound. Miss T, are you not having sound from me or from our guest? Is it me that you can't hear, or is it our guest? But yeah, I totally agree with you, Lerato, in what you're saying, because I really feel like people don't want a parent. We want to have kids because everybody's having kids, but nobody wants to do what actually parents are supposed to be doing. Because if you're gonna leave the entire parenting of your child to somebody else on the internet, it's crazy. And also, if you look at the way that we were raised, ne? It's completely different to the way we are raising our kids now, because we were raised in places, in homes where we were not really vocal. You know, we were not, we existed, but we were not speaking, you know, as much as we are trying to change that and get our kids to speak, you know. So it becomes a problem if we're going to now say that the way that we was doing, we want to continue in that regard to say, when as a child, you must not ask any questions, this you don't know, this, and that. But at the end of the day, you want to hold somebody else responsible and accountable for the child that you brought to this earth. If you check people, like there's a lady there on Facebook, I think. And I always get things late because I'm not a Twitter person, so I always get things late. There's a lady on Facebook who was walking around with pink hair and some covering just the nipples and the front and the back, and then apparently she was doing all of that for money and stuff like that. I don't know if you saw that picture. Yeah, there's a lady who was walking around you almost naked, you know, and she used to be a church girl, you know, with a badge, but now she's not about that life. Now she's about the life of just covering her nipples. Everything is just pink with her and a little pink handbag. Your child gets to be exposed to such people, you know. You may think that you're going to protect your child from a madam speaker, but there's going to be somebody else that you can't protect your child from. So then, how do you? Because literally, if you're going to take, I mean, I always find it crazy. Like I'm telling you, Lerato, to say, if people come to me and they say, you know, our kids are not safe when they're listening to, I'm like, guys, do you know how many other things your kids are listening to? So because this world has turned into a thing that we can't even protect, like, we can't protect our kids from a whole lot of stuff in as much as we would want. They go to school, they go to these places. So for me, what works for me is communication, something which is a taboo, or has been a taboo when we were growing up. You know, our parents never used to speak as much as we do. You know, so for me, I feel like because my kids are on YouTube Shorts, my kids are on TikTok. Obviously, the things that show up on their algorithm is something which is age appropriate, right? But they sit with other kids, they see other things, and nah, I've created that platform that my kids come back to me and ask me stuff. Mama, we saw this. Mama, we saw that, you know. So meaning that had I not opened that door, and there are so many other women out there and men who have not opened that door to say, my kid, come to me, ask me anything. Don't believe other people on the internet, believe me. I think that's the most important thing to say. You should let your kids believe you more than anybody else. So anything that anybody tells them out there, it should always come back to you, and then you get to tell them the truth about whatever it is that they've been picking up on the internet. Sure. Sure. Yeah, because either way, they're gonna find out. Sure. Mm. Sure. Sure. Mm. Sure. Sure. Yeah, because remember, when you create your content, Lerato, you don't have me in mind. You don't even have my kids in mind. You just want to create something that you feel comfortable creating, and how I respond to it is another thing, is another story for another day. When you have you in mind when you do your thing.
And people are always so touchy and they want to send everything. Like my content is like cooking content.
The most harmless content you can ever find on social media.
Not me, Percy. You think?
Ha.
Not me. There'll always be people that still find something problematic in my
Ha.
content.
About your
But
content.
the thing,
Then I give up.
the thought that they will have is that, oh, must be nice, rich, everything fluid. I am telling you, the hate. So, I mean, if I'm you, I wouldn't even like take it personal because these people, you could be the most humblest, considerate, kindest human on social media, but yet they'll find something to say about you.
Sure. Sure.
Like such a hurt generation. We are a
Yo.
hungry generation.
And we want to just make other people feel the same way that we feel. You know what they say about misery liking company, you know?
And that time, most of your content, when it's about encouraging people to rise from the ashes and fly,
Yeah.
to flourish. It's encouraging for the most part.
Yeah.
But
But you can't be everybody's cup of tea, you know.
yeah, so
Oh, I get in on that note, then that means everybody let everybody just do themselves. Then let me do my thing and you do your thing. If you don't like, I was telling somebody with my Vodacom ad. Somebody commented there. You know, obviously, it's always one of those user 1 million. Somebody commented there to say, "How do I block this woman?" It's a Vodacom ad that I was doing for the Valentines, right? And somebody was
I think I
saying,
saw it.
"Yeah, sorry."
I'm saying I think I saw it. That's what
Yeah, somebody commented there to say, "How do I block this woman? She's so annoying. I don't want to see her videos anymore." I'm like, bruh, you are dumb cop. You don't know how to block a person. You're complaining on the very same person. You can't even try your neighbor for your neighbor to show you how to block a person. You want to come and complain? Mona. It's so pointless, you know, to think that now I'm doing a video for Vodacom with a brief to say, okay, this is what you're gonna be doing. The next thing now, I must worry. Not only should I worry about delivering the video on time, I must now also worry about where not to say, okay, this because there are some people that I annoy on the social media. So what must happen now for me to make sure the video that I deliver it does not annoy anyone, but at the same time I must deliver on the brief for Vodacom. It's a lot of work. When I'm creating a Vodacom content, I have Vodacom in mind. You get what I'm saying?
And if a person finds you annoying, I mean, just scroll right past. I also have people that I find annoying. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some people who I see them, I just quickly scroll past. You can even say I don't ever wanna see this person's content
Bruh.
again.
We also press that not interested button, you know, on social media to say if I don't like somebody else's content, I just say, you know what, not interested, it's never gonna show up. You get what I'm saying? But then people don't want to do that. They just want you to be responsible. I see Mama saying Domkop, I did not start a mem. If you are going to be asking me on my video why my videos keep popping on your For You page, you are a Domkop of all Domkops. I did not start her there. Yeah?
And the thing is, they don't understand that the more they comment and DM
You are
you,
pushing my video. You're going to be seeing my video again even tomorrow. So for you, you should be just going to find out, or how do I then block this person to make sure or they never show up. So for you to be coming to me and asking me, hi, Nontle has arrived on the other side. You can't be asking me, guys, I mean, I'm not here to suffer. I'm not here to suffer. I'm not here to make anybody feel comfortable. If you feel like I'm not making you feel comfortable, then be gone.
yeah.
Be gone. Because when I feel uncomfortable because of somebody else's content, I delete myself. But when you want to be my problem, why? Because you decided or you woke up one morning, you want to give me a name, you want to call me an influencer. For the what? Then take the influencer name then. If I can't be having a freedom of me just living my life on social media because somebody's going to call me an influencer and they say the social standards for influencer is that you must do this, this and that, then take your influencership, then take it. You get what I'm saying?
And the thing that they don't know about the algorithm is that the more they interact with your content,
The more it's going to show.
the more you'll be the first person always coming up.
Exactly. Exactly. Lerato, you know what? Thank you so much for being here, my darling. Tembi was trying to request, but I can see there's a network problem there. I have to love you and leave you. I didn't even want this to be very, very long
Take
because.
me out.
Oh, should I take you out?
Get out.
You see now, you are my responsibility now. You're my responsibility. Yo. Bye, Lerato. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate Lerato's 2 cents because, yo, guys, I know. Silithwele idombolo. Yezwa. Silithwele idombolo. No, people must just. But I understand. We can't like the same things in life. I don't expect everybody to like me. I'm not money. But at the same time, your disliking me is never gonna do anything to me. That you need to be very much aware of that to say whether you like me or you don't like me. It doesn't change the price of bread. The sun is still gonna rise. This side it's gonna set. That side, nje, gyambula, gyambeswa, as the Zulu people say. But yeah, that's basically all that I wanted to share today. I wanted to hear input nyana here and there to say, what is your take, guys, on this thing of expecting us to babysit each other's kids on social media? Do we really, to a certain degree, are responsible for babysitting each other's kids, or is it solely your responsibility? And when you are pushing that responsibility to me to be your babysitter on the social medias, what are you doing? When you are such a VIP, you are busy with your life, you are living your best life, you have left your kids for me to babysit on social media. How does that work? Hi Newi.
Hi, what is it?
I'm good. How are you, my love?
I'm also good. Oh, I love look. I used to be a hater until I started really investing and I saw that no man, this lady's onto something that a lot of us are
No,
doing.
I understand. We all have a change of heart. I also have people here on social media that I didn't like, but over a certain period of time when I started consuming their content, I started loving them. But still, there are still people who used to love me. Now they don't love me anymore. Some, they never loved me. Now they love me. That's just how life is.
No man, keep up the good work because a lot of us don't have the courage to actually take a phone and do videos, and
Sure.
because other people can do that, um, it bothers other people. I mean, like you said, if you don't like the content, you are free to
Block that.
block. There's no
Block
like
that Veda girl. Block her. What's wrong, guys? What do you mean?
and move on.
And move on.
And coming to the thing of parenting, I think a lot of people have how can I put it? They are taking that responsibility and giving it to some people. I was listening to this other live one day where people were actually blaming the government on the on parenting skills that they should be doing in their houses. I'm like, oh guys,
Ah,
we
the
understand
government is the government usually takes the fall for everything. Actually,
I'm like, we understand there's a lot of messed up governmental thing happening in South Africa, but parenting, it shouldn't be a government problem.
where was the government when you were making the baby? Did the government send you there?
Exactly, like you need to if you feel like your child is not listening to the greatest content on social media, you can parent your kids' devices. Simple as that.
But also, do you communicate with your kid, or you just want everything to be automatic? Guys, we really don't want to do the dirty work. Yes, we just want to come and say, when the child is now graduating cum laude medicine, we say, yo, ukuzala ukuzelula, kubeleka ubukosi. Look at my child is graduating. Mara, all the hard work that you have to put in for your child to get there. Nobody wants to do the work.
Yes, yes. I once read a book written by this. I think it's an American book on um, how to get your child to Harvard manual, and then you see the level of dedication that the parents were putting to their child in order for that child to get wherever they got, to show that it takes parents
Efforts.
also to be
Yeah.
part of the triangle
You literally go back to school with your child for your child to make it.
to make it. I remember growing up in my family, both my parents, I was fortunate. My mom was a teacher, and then my dad is still a teacher. I lost my mom in 2021.
Oh,
But
sorry
one thing
about
I
that.
learned from her, the dedication that she put in our education was so amazing. Like my brother was that person. School, he was not a school person, but my mom and dad would have tents to babysit him to study,
Sure.
not just that thing of waking him up, because they said that waking him up to say go study is not going to study. So
Yeah.
what they did is they will sit next to him. You will be like, I'm studying physics today. They will be like, okay, what are you studying in physics? Oh, you're studying this topic. Study. After an hour, I'm gonna ask you what you learned. So that was the commitment that they placed in that setup. So now you find parents blame the teachers. That time, from January, we're not opening your child's books.
And now you want to blame the teacher. Like literally, the teachers get to be blamed for everything, you know. And when they say that we need to do our part, we don't do our part. Like literally, guys, if you want your child to succeed, you go, guys, when your child starts grade RR, you are also in grade RR. You may be doing your honors and whatever, but you are doing honors in grade RR. You are going to be repeating all those grades until your child has made it in life. But we don't want to do that.
We don't want to, and we don't understand that it's a triangle: the child, the teacher,
And
you
you,
as a parent.
yes.
Like, I need to invest,
Mm.
so I'm there, I know what's happening. So it's unfortunate that a lot of parents, we are blaming the system and not also taking a certain responsibility to our kids' lives.
But then let's be realistic with one another. How is blaming the system helping you or your child? Or you just gonna feel better because you don't have to carry the load of feeling bad to say, as a parent, I didn't do my part. So at least I have somebody to blame. Then we leave it at that. Then what? We have a madam speaker that we can blame, or our kids are always looking at her videos. They're not studying, so she must be the one that catches the fire. What are your contributions as a parent?
To that, yes, and I mean, rules are set at home. If you tell your child that in my house we don't do this thing,
Yeah.
then you don't.
Yeah, somebody here is saying that having a child is a full-time job. Like literally, guys, that's why I always say that if you want to have two kids and somebody comes here and says, please gift me with a third born and a fourth born, I want 7 kids. Look, now you are busy gifting these people with kids. Ne? The next thing you want to come and expect Madam Speaker to be responsible for the kids that you decided to give to your husband. And then now must now catch the fire for you. It doesn't work like that. Literally, guys, yes, I always say that, my kids, 2 of them, they are my big machine. If I didn't have these kids, I don't know what kind of car I was going to be driving, but I was going to be flying on the road. But I'm not flying now because I have 2 kids. On top of that, now I must have 5 of them or 6 of them or 10 of them like our parents did. And then I don't want to take responsibility. All these kids that I've had, I don't want to go back to grade 1 10 times. I want the grade 1 teacher to make sure it's either my kid passes. If my kid doesn't pass, you are responsible 100%. I'm not responsible for anything. I was busy living my life while you were babysitting my child.
Yo, yes, I saw some TikTok about this other teacher. She was like pleading. She was not complaining. She's like, at least when your child gets to grade R, please at least teach him or her how to write their name, like simple like that. That they have to write alphabet. Because now it's taking time. They're coming to grade R. They can't even write their name.
Sure.
And you gave them this long name. Now
Yeah. You name your child Perseverance. Imagine, when is the child going to learn how to write Perseverance? You can't even spell it. Honestly speaking, my child almost failed grade 1 because when he was doing grade RR, my phone battery is dying now. Let me see if I can charge this. Okay, as I was still saying, my child almost failed grade 1 because during grade RR and grade R, it was during the times of lockdown. And then because these schools that they go to, this layer school, whatever, if you fail language, you have failed. So first semester of grade 1, he failed the language. He failed English. Then they told me straight up, or listen, if your child keeps like this until the end of the year, he's definitely failing grade 1. Guys, did I not go get Kumon extra lessons left and right and make sure I sit with it? Like I was in grade 1 all over again. And that kid passed with distinctions by the time the year came to an end of 2021. And I made sure I keep that momentum up until, and I'm not even going to try and act like I'm better than other parents and I have this parenting thing figured out. I'm still learning. My kids are teaching me the new age parenting, different to how our parents were parenting us. But at the end of the day, I can't hold now COVID responsible for the fact that my child doesn't know language. I can't hold the parents responsible, the teachers responsible to say they should have put in more effort. I then went up on my own accord and found other means to make sure my child passes this thing so that he doesn't have to fail. But we are sitting here and people want to blame other people except themselves.
it's sad. Because I also had like some lady was saying that a child failed grade 9. She didn't know that the child was repeating grade 9 for 5 years.
How did you not know as a parent?
Because she's like, she works a job, it's demanding.
I know it's fine. I understand that your job is demanding, but how did you not know that the person that you are working for, when we go to work, we're working for our kids so that our kids can live this life that is better than the life that we had, right? So the person that you're working hard for, you're not even aware, or where are they?
Yo, like now I was also shocked. I'm like, yo, she's like, until, and the teachers kept on trying to get hold of her to say, hi, man, your child. They couldn't find her. Until one day the teacher decided to go to the house just to find out
Hore, what is going
where
on?
does that child stay.
Only to find,
So
or
she asked the neighbors to say, can't see the mom here. Then they told her, I know the mom comes back this time. The teacher went today and thingy, what's this? And stood there and waited for the mom to explain to them, tell her your child has been failing for 5 years this grade.
and you're not bothered, because as long as when you are providing a hot plate, I know, you know what, I sympathize, because I know that a lot of people are working very, very hard for their families, you know. But what is the point of you working hard for your family, but you're neglecting the same family at the same time?
Yeah, no, that's actually true.
Because a lot of us strive, we strive for the soft life, the nice life, a better life for our kids than we had. But now I would rather have my kids eating the same thing that I ate, as long as there's progress in other areas. Because it will be pointless for me to work shifts and overtime, and the kids are still failing, Mara, they're getting everything that they want. Do you see that this thing is pointless?
It's very pointless, yes. Investing in your child's education, especially if you want to see your kids succeed,
Sure,
is very important, like above everything.
sure.
Investing, no, let's other people's space.
No, I think we're gonna wrap up now, because that's actually what I wanted us to talk about today. I didn't really, that's why I said in the beginning that I didn't want anything hectic. I just wanted to check if my things are working proper, because I'm trying a new setup. And also, just in passing, I wanted us to talk about this whole babysitting, or expecting the internet to babysit our kids for us. And also to make an announcement about our Thursdays Losing in Love Season 2, Episode 2. And also, if you are on the YouTube side, now I have memberships. Women's Conference, second annual Women's Conference. We've already started. This year, I wanted to have them in different places, but the same month of August. The one for Pretoria, Doxa that we had last year, we're still having it there. The ticket is there on CompuTicket. But now, the conference is going to be available digitally on YouTube, but only for people who are going to start signing up for membership, okay? So if you know you won't be available, or you won't be there anywhere near Pretoria or any other place where we'll be having our conferences, you are more than welcome to sign up as a member. And then, yeah, you can catch everything. And all the other stuff that we'll be doing here, they will definitely be available. When I have those exclusive content, that's only going to be available for people who have signed up, and then for everybody else afterwards, okay? Okay, this is long, bruh. I also don't understand. Okay, maybe you're not talking to me, ne? You're talking to Lib. Okay, no problem. Okay, with that being said, guys, I have to love you and leave you. I'll see you on Thursday. Thursday, 7 to 9, Losing in Love. Yeah, basically that is it for now. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you're this side on YouTube. Please do not forget to hit the bell, to like, to comment, to share, and to do all these things that people on YouTube do. And also my TikTok family, like the mother body, I appreciate you. I love you so much. I do not take you for granted, because everything started right here on TikTok, right here. This is where it started. No matter how much money I can have, guys, I can never turn my back against my TikTok family, because we are here. We are doing all these other things, all these amazing things. We are part of YouTube Black Class of 2023, not because we woke up and it was Menjiki. It was not Menjiki.